well, it's funny. I was listening to the commentary track that's on the 4K release. It sounds like it was recorded a while ago because Harold Ramis is still
20
alive
years ago.
talking. But
Yeah.
what was interesting is you mentioned that you've never seen the original ending of Vacation that was discarded. Chevy says that he has it on VHS. Did he ever
I
show it
heard
to you?
that.
Have you seen it by now? Have you seen that original version?
Um, no, and you just reminded me that I should ask him because I'm seeing him in a couple of weeks. Um, I always thought that they should have released that too, just because I'm sure the fans would love to see it. But the
Right.
4K obviously is this new one that's. Have you seen the 4K yet?
Yeah, yeah. I was watching the 4K with the commentary.
Yeah, I heard it. Oh, that's right, you were saying.
Yeah,
Obviously. Oh, so they have the original, the commentary from 20 years ago.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm learning as I go. Um,
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you remember shooting it? You've never seen that ending, but what do you remember
oh,
about
right,
shooting
the
that
ending.
original ending?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Um, got distracted by the toys.
no problem.
Uh, the ending, I have never seen it. I have. What's fun is that I have the original script, so I can go back and go, "Oh, this is what happened." Here's a little thing.
Mhm,
Totally, we have 10 minutes. So, some fan recently said they thought, and this is not true,
mhm.
that Christy Brinkley was going to be the daughter of Roy Wally, and that's
Right.
why she was on vacation. I'm like, that is so not true. And
Okay.
they were trying to spread that around.
Right.
And I thought that's an interesting take, but no.
Right.
The ending, what's great about the second ending we did is obviously we get to come back and reshoot. And
Right.
that was so much fun to be with John Candy in
Mhm.
The Legend. And Michael, I didn't know who he, honestly, I had clueless. But Anthony Michael Hall was like, "Do you know who that is? That's John Candy." Like freaked out and freaking out and I'm like, keep it together. So we
Right.
were with this legend and I mean, we were with legends the whole time, Emma Jean and even Eddie Bracken.
Yeah.
And we got to film more with him, so that was special.
Right.
So the new, I mean, yes, the Harold said that the first ending didn't work because no one went to Wally World. It wasn't fun. It was a downer.
Mhm.
And then we reshot it. I think it personally, I believe it works because everyone loves Wally World now.
Right. Yeah. That ending is so identified with it. It's hard to imagine it ending any other way based on how well that ending works for sure.
True, and think about the whole movie. We're trying to get to Wally World,
Right.
and Harold was right. We never got to see Wally World, but now we do.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Do you remember any of the scenes you shot in the original ending? Any like do you remember any moments that you played specifically, or do you only know it based on the script that you read now?
No, good question. Because I wrote a book 40 years on vacation, so I had to go back and relive what I could remember, and it's just now being put together from National Lampoon. Um, I have a picture of me posing on the truckster that's in the koi pond of
Mhm.
Roy Watt because we storm into the estate. We BB gun dance for us. We want Roy Wally first rate entertainment. So Chevy makes them all dance and sing, all the executives and Roy Wally. So that was fun, and I miss not being able to see that part,
Mhm.
but being able to go with John Candy to Wally World was overall better. Harold was
Right,
right.
right. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like they definitely made the right decision. I mean, while you were making it, did you feel like the shooting that original end, did you feel like, oh, this isn't quite working, or did it still feel funny? I mean, what was it like shooting that for yourself?
Um, I think of as a team, we're really in the moment,
Mhm.
and it was extremely hot at that time that we were shooting that literally people were passing out and they had to have all this stuff to make them wake up, that smelling salt stuff. So it was just fun to be able to go back and film after, I think we were 4 or 5 months after we finished and then had to go back. So it was fun. By the way, I got distracted because I
Oh,
have my toy
there it is. Excellent.
and it plays Holiday Road. I think I can do that legally.
That's great. Oh,
So you
perfect.
don't have this. You don't have a die.
I don't have that. No, no, you trumped me there, I think, for sure.
Here we are. See, this is my toy. I brought it with my bag because it's
Love it.
nostalgia. The structure was its own character in the movie, don't you think? Kind of like
Yes.
Millennium. How to say that? Millennium Falcon. How do you say that?
Yes. Yeah, Millennium Falcon, right, exactly.
So
Yeah. It's
basically, in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I think
yeah.
it's better than Chitty Chitty personally. So there we go.
A lot less misfires. Yeah, it's not always constantly like, popping off all the time. That's true. Well, you mentioned Christy Brinkley, and I was curious. Obviously, the pool scene is a very famous sequence. Everyone remembers that. How much of that did you see when because you and Anthony come out and sort of are looking down? Did you actually see
Oh,
any of the nudity or anything like that, or how what do you remember about shooting that scene in particular?
there's so much. I don't think I met. I wrote a 40 years on vacation book
Mhm.
that's coming out soon. I think I mentioned it. So that scene, the nudity scene, Christy was wearing a
Mhm.
nude suit in the water in that scene.
Right.
So there was no nudity there, but I don't. This is going back a little bit. Remember Beverly D'Angelo does a nude scene and Chevy comes with a banana.
Hmm.
Mike, here's a little secret. Michael Hall, being the 14-year-old, was hiding on the set to watch his mother naked, and he was caught by Maddie Simmons saying, "What are you doing? You get out of here!" He's like, "Boo!" So, trying to spy on his mother naked? No,
Oh
it's not.
my goodness.
So that's vacation for you.
I love it. That's the kind of atmosphere that you had. There you
But
go.
here's something else. On that scene, here's for the fans, the super
Mhm.
fans. They cut back of us watching them in the like how humiliating.
Right.
There was a woman that Michael Hall is standing with, and originally cut this out. She was supposed to be a hooker that Michael goes with in the hotel room. Cut out.
That's
Not
amazing.
appropriate.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so when they cut back to that, you go, oh, there's the hooker. So you'll
Right.
know.
Yeah. There's not even the slightest hint, but that changed that scene a lot. If knowing that, that's
Huge.
kind of
Yeah.
amazing. The other thing that Chevy says on the commentary track, he says that originally he's supposed to kiss Christy in that in the pool. Do you remember that from the script? Was that there and was that cut, or was that not the case? It seemed he seemed to be suggesting that, but
Now I want to go back and read my script again because I
mhm,
honestly, that was not shot.
right,
It was pretty much shot the way it's shot.
right,
So that could have been rewritten later on. You know,
right,
Chevy and Harold rewrote the script for John, which
yeah,
didn't make John very happy. But they had to make it Clark centric. Originally, it was supposed to be from Rusty's point of view. I don't know if you knew that.
mhm,
So then they changed it to Clark's point of view. So it
right,
changed the whole movie.
right.
So they worked on it hard to make sure that when Chevy, is this huge star, he had to be the star of the film.
Right. Well, in speaking of Chevy, I mean, obviously he can be off screen. He's known to have sometimes some eccentricities. Not everyone's necessarily a fan of him. But for you, I mean, what are your memories of him? And was he charming for you?
Very, very, very charming and fun. No issues whatsoever. He and Beverly are a great team and very kind and very sweet. Um, Believe it or not, this is taking a little direction. At that time, by the time I hit 2 years later, I hit 18. I had asked him I wanted to go to NYU, business school.
Mm,
So he wrote a college recommendation for me, which I kept the letter and it's in my book. I mean, who does that? A huge star writing a letter recommendation. And for my book, he even wrote, captures the vacation spirit. So he is just a kind guy. You know, people have their moments where you just catch them off guard,
right.
but no, he's a good guy. You have to be very quick because he's so, like, we did a con where the announcer lady was kind of goofing around and he just pounced because he
Mm,
saw a comic timing way to
right.
have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to be ready for that. He's
Yeah, you
going to
have to
bring
be
it
quick on
when
your
you're talking to
toes.
him, right?
Right. He's smart. He's quick.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Were you sad when you weren't able to come back for European vacation? I've read that the reason is because Anthony Michael Hall was off doing another movie, and so
Weird,
they decided to just recast.
weird
Was that a hard
science.
thing for you? Right.
Yeah, I was told by the producer, hang on, we're going to do European vacation. Just wait. So here
Right.
I'm waiting by the phone and summer's coming. What's going on? Where's my phone call? Michael went off to do weird science. So Amy Heckerling, the new director, said, no, 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 we can't have the old Audrey with a new Rusty. So they got two new kids. And Maddie Simmons said it was one of the biggest mistakes in his career that he had ever made. Um, it was just sad. I'm like, they went off and left me. My family left me. So I literally, that summer, always looked young, or not necessarily now, but at 18-ish, I looked 12. I put a backpack on my back and I took myself to Europe. The whole summer I just spent backpacking throughout Europe because I'm like, they're not going to take me. I'm going to take myself. So
Right.
I had a great summer on vacation, like on vacation. There we are.
An actual European vacation, right? Exactly, not
Yeah,
shooting.
my own vacation on vacation. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Oh, well, thank you so much for your time, Dad. Can't wait to read your book. And again, I love your toy. That's a
Thank you.
fantastic
Yeah,
toy to have.
we got to end with the toy. Wait, end with the glasses and the toy.
There we
And
go.
like, Audrey #1, don't forget it. First vacation.
Love it.